Louis?
Hey gang, Uncle Todd and Sonny here, and this week we are looking at The House That Screamed, sort of a pseudo women in prison film. Not one of my favorite genres. In fact, I've seen very few, and none all the way through. Just doesn't appeal to me. This is a Spanish production that was filmed in English, although the credits are all still in Spanish, and the title's the La Residencia. It stars former Hollywood star Lily Palmer. Now, she was for a time married to Rex Harrison of My Fair Lady fame, and they had met when she had immigrated to England, where she made several really good films. Crime Unlimited, Man with 100 Faces. Probably her best known from this period is Alfred Hitchcock's The Secret Agent, where she played a very flirtatious lover to Peter Lorre's The General. They really worked well off each other. They then immigrated to the USA, where she made films like Cloak and Dagger, and her best known work, the John Garfield boxing film Body and Soul. But fortunately, Harrison's womanizing, which at one point, one of his affairs had caused the actress to unalive herself, and after the scandal died down, she divorced him and returned to Europe, where she had quite a long career, appearing in films like Dark Journey, Diary of Anne Frank, and in the 70s, she made the loose Edgar Allan Poe adaptation Murders in the Rue Morgue, and was in the sci-fi Nazi film Boys from Brazil. The other main actress here is Cristina Galbo, who made, along with this film, she was a former child actress, and she made The Giallos, What Have You Done with Solange, and The Killer Must Kill Again. The Spanish-Italian co-production Let Sleeping Corpses Lie, one of the few gut-munching zombie films made before Romero's Dawn of the Dead, which inspired a lot of the Italian 80s zombie films like Burial Ground and Zombie 2, aka Zombie Flesh Eaters, aka Zombie. And Erotic Nights of the Living Dead and all that. Oh, and she also made a film called Supernatural, about more of a ghost film. We open with a girl named Teresa, Cristina Galbo, arriving at a school for wayward girls, i.e. sort of a prison school. And she is met by Madame Fourneau, who runs the school very strict. prickly.
Few among them who, in spite of their youth, have not exactly led exemplary lives. In order to bring them back to the right path, I must run this establishment with a firm hand.
Firm hand. We'll find out about that a little later. Right now, while Teresa's being shown around, someone seems to be following them.
Specimen. They've been published by the Academy of Science.
Wonder who that is. I'm sure we'll find out eventually. After dinner, in which one of the girls, Irina, is taking quite an interest in Teresa. And she doesn't exactly exude friendliness. Well, there was a disruption earlier in class, and Fourneau is going to have to punish this girl. Or more exactly, he's going to have Irina punish her. See? That's why I don't like women in prison films. It's weird stuff like this. Not to mention the fact that Irina really seems to get into it. Anyway, after this, and doing some medicinal aid to the marks, Madame Fourneau then goes to talk to the person who was following them. Her son, Louis.
I know you're not a child anymore, but you're not old enough to think about girls. Not yet. I forbid you to spy on them again. Do you hear?
Now, what's she got against the girls there? They, for the most part, seem okay and nice. Look at Teresa.
But, Mother, if I sometimes leave my room...
Don't you understand that none of these girls are any good? By the time they bring them to me, they're already marked.
Not any good? Oh, she means they're not...
It's a virgin, stupid.
Yeah, thanks for clearing that up for me. This isn't going to get creepy, is it?
Could be.
You need a woman like me who'll love you, take care of you, protect you.
Yeah, it got creepy. Anyways, Teresa then learns that Irina, she gets to control who gets to visit Henry, the woodcutter who comes to supply them with their wood every week. Because a lot of these girls, they've been with boys, and they get to go to Henry to, you know.
Sex.
Yeah, well, more on that later. Anyways, it seems that Isabel has been secretly meeting with Louis, and they seem to be very much enamored of each other. Aww, they're kind of sweet together. Well, while that's going on, Irina has a little talk with Teresa.
I can see to it that you eat well, and that you don't have to work too hard. I can even let you meet Henry. All you have to do is obey me.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm getting the idea of what she means by obey me.
Sex.
Yeah, probably some really weird too. But I mean, for the time period that was taboo, and for that time period of which the film had actually been filmed, they're not going to come right out and say it either. But we can infer. That night, Isabel receives a note asking her to meet him in the greenhouse. And there's a key with it, signed Luis. So she sneaks out to go meet him.
Luis.
I've had worse.
Ooh, getting a little arty there. Well, the killer takes her body away. The next morning, they think Isabel has escaped. This has happened before, so they're going to increase security measures. But in the meantime, it's every time for everybody's weekly shower. And Luis, he sneaks into the boiler room where the groundskeeper he's gone to get wood and goes back there to build up the steam for the hot shower. And he opens a grate and climbs down to a little vantage point. Why, the little horn dog. Well, while he's enjoying himself, disaster strikes.
All these problems are getting me down.
Serves him right, getting trapped. Bet his mother finds him.
I'm here. I'm locked in the passage from the boiler. Mademoiselle, help me.
That doesn't freak her out. This guy's spying on him in the shower, even though, sure, they're wearing night dresses to shower and, modesty. Although there is one, the one that got punished earlier in the film, she strips down right in front of Madame Fourneau, flaunts herself at her. She will not be tamed. Anyway, Teresa, incredibly enough, starts to visit with Luis in the boiler room, just like he had with Isabel. And they're starting to fall in love. Anyway, next up, it's Henry's visit. And Irina sends, which one does she send? Suzanne for this time. That's Teresa's best friend at this point in the film. And here we get another bit of artiness. Okay, that's clever. Where we're hearing the sounds and everybody knows what they're doing, and they're all frustrated because it wasn't their turn. And yeah, that was probably the most interesting bit in the whole film. Really good at that I like that. Meanwhile, Irene has found out about Teresa's secret meetings, and she takes her to her hidden little clubhouse that she and her two stooges have created. And seems she knows all about Teresa's mother. She's a singer, not in an opera house, not in a music hall, in a cabaret, you know, in those sections of town nobody likes to talk about going to, where the women don't just sing. Yeah, her mother is a woman of the evening, as you might say. And this, coupled with not telling Madame Fourneau, who has been meeting with her son, she forces Teresa to give them a little performance like her mother would.
This is the moment I'll know.
Louder, Teresa, louder.
This is the moment I'll know.
We still can't hear you. Louder and smile.
The moment I'll
No, Teresa, louder, Teresa.
Eventually, she breaks down in hysterics. That night, she decides she can't take any more, gathers up all her clothes, and sneaks out. Irena spotted her. Now, Irena has a key, so she sneaks down to the outside and waits behind a tree to catch Teresa as she tries to leave. Now, Teresa throws her bundle of clothes out the window, and then she goes to see Luis to say goodbye.
Here, it isn't much, but you may need it.
Thank you. I promise I'll return it.
I tell you, that guy, he's a keeper. Gave her what little money he had, all his savings. Well, after their tender goodbye, she makes her way downstairs and tries to work one of the windows that's been nailed shut to keep girls from escaping, so she can get out and then hopefully make it to one of the walls and climb over.
Tis but a scratch.
I did not expect that. Thought she'd be our final girl. Well, after a while, Irena, getting a little suspicious because she hasn't shown, does some A1 detective work. That's pretty good. She's smart. Well, the next day, even though no way Teresa could have gotten out, Miss Fourneau, she's pretty much convinced, yeah, she must have escaped. She's going to have to put in even more security measures. Now, Irena argues with her about this, telling her what she found. Doesn't mean anything. And then Irena tries to play her blackmail card on her. You know, she knows a lot of stuff that goes along around here, which causes Madame Fourneau to take away all her privileges. Then over the next several days, while Miss Farnu was teaching and stuff, every time she locks eyes with Irina, she falters. So one night, she asks Irina to be sent to her office. And when the maid notifies Irina of this, she gets dressed and tries to make a run for it. You don't think she suspects that Miss Farnu is responsible for these disappearances, do you?
This just about solves the mystery.
What?
I don't know. Seems a little too obvious. Well, anyway, Madame Farnu, or Irina, finding she can't get out through the doors, starts running up the stairs to find another way out. And Madame Farnu follows. And eventually she ends up in the attic, where we get a horrifying discovery.
What happened to you? Oh my God.
Is only mostly dead.
Oh wait. It gets worse.
Only the hands were missing. Elaine had the same hands as yours. Slim, but strong. Look, I took the dress some time ago, when I decided to make a girl, like you.
Oh, hi. Yes, it seems like all that talk she's been giving him about finding a girl just like her for him, he decided to make his own. Although, I don't think he's going to do the Frankensteinian thing of trying to revive her. He's going to have her as is. He's a little... And then he locks his mother in so that she can teach his girl how to be just like her. Oh, what a shocker of an ending. Yeah, as I said, I'm really not big on women in prison films, and this has a lot of the tropes, although not as graphic as like you get with like The Big Dollhouse or some of the other ones, especially the ones made by Jess Franco. He always loved to go to the extremes, but it does have some of the tropes, the latent lesbianism that kind of pops up, although here it's more suggested, and the cruelty and the torture and all that other stuff just feels kind of skeezy. I mean, the acting's good. I mean, you got pros like Lily Palmer, who very respected actress, and Christina Galbo, very good as Teresa. Shocking that she got whacked a good hour into the film, leaving another half hour for them to wrap everything up, which is a slight problem with the film. It drags in several sections. As there's this long stretch of them in class and talking about stuff before Isabel meets her comeuppance in the greenhouse, and then we have another long stretch and way long stretch of them in the showers. They really like that section, I guess. Interesting, they couldn't do full nudity because this was during the Franco regime. Very strict regulations on those kind of stuff because, very repressed at that time. Makes me wonder how Paul Nash got away with all the nudity he put into his films. Although, those were put in for other markets. That's one of the things about European films. They would add some things for some markets, take other things out for different markets. So it's hard to track down like a really good copy because there's so many different cuts. Anyway, moving on. The kills are a bit arty. This is the first time in a Spanish film that the slow motion was used like that with the murder scenes, and it's okay. A little too fancy, a little too arty for my taste. I mean, the scene where the girl is in the woodshed with the woodsman, and you're hearing her sounds, and overlaid the women who knows what's going on, and their sexual frustration is kind of mounting. It's clever, and but I find the film okay. It's not something I would go back to regularly to rewatch. It's just not my thing. You know, give me a good slasher. I don't know what that says about me, but you know, or a good zombie flick. Well, I'm not big on zombie flicks, although some of the Italian ones are interesting. But yeah, a good werewolf flick like Paul Nash would make. Those are always fun. Anyways, that's about really all there is really much to say about this one. It's not. I know I was reading a book about giallos, and the author kept referencing this film, calling it a masterpiece. I kind of argue with that. I don't find it a masterpiece. I find it very off-putting myself, but that's just because I'm an old guy, and a lot of things like that are off-putting to old guys. But please hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay after the credits for my favorite scene.
You always said I'd have a girl like you when you were young. And now I've got her. You see?